This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and today I have for you the new Helio Ocean 2. It's being sold by Virgin Mobile now that Helio has been purchased by that MVNO. The Ocean 2 is very much like the original Ocean, except it's got a much sleeker design. A little less utilitarian looking. You can see there's a bit of curvage on the back. This is a soft touch paint. It's really cool. On the left edge here we have the volume controls and a sliding mute button. The device actually vibrates when you mute it, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, there's a proprietary Pantech power connector there, but can't win them all. Over here on the side we have dedicated play pause buttons and shutter buttons. 3.5mm audio headphone jack. On the back is the camera. The new camera lacks a assist LED for flash like we had on the original, which I'll show you because I have the original with me as well. You can see it's a dual slider. Opens up for a 12-key alphanumeric keypad, as well as the full QWERTY keyboard that we showed you. And the keyboard itself has changed a bit from the original as well. So let's pull up the other Ocean, the original Ocean, and so you can see what they look like compared to each other. In terms of size, they're very much similar. You can see there really doesn't seem to be a whole lot difference in terms of basic dimensions between the two of them, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The original Ocean, while kind of big, was a pretty usable device, and usable largely because of the keyboard. Now you can see the original Ocean has individual keys on the QWERTY keyboard, whereas the new device has like one membrane with raised areas. Oddly enough, I actually prefer the new keyboard, even though it doesn't have individual keys. It's still a 3-row layout, which means you get a little bit of funny stuff going on here with the spacebar between some of the letters, but in terms of feel, the keys work really well, and I just find them visually very easy to see. The large letters make it really easy to track what you're doing, and I've been very pleased with using the keyboard. In terms of the keypads, both are quite similar. Again, this is a membrane type on the new Ocean 2 as opposed to individual keys on the original Ocean, but I don't think anybody's really going to complain about that. One of the major changes, though, is the D-pad. While they still both work for up-down functionality and stuff like that, the new D-pad on the new Ocean also has a optical joystick type functionality, which is kind of cool. Right now it's on a low setting, so it's pretty easy to control, but it actually gives you some sort of scrolling abilities when you're in long lists and things like that too, so that's something that's new. Otherwise, the controls around here are all pretty much the same, and like on the original, you have soft keys in all locations that you would need them. So there's a soft key over here on the left and right, so it makes everything very consistent, very easy to use. One of the things that the original Ocean was known for was its mail client, so we're going to pull that up. It's actually a combined messaging client. It supports instant messaging, text, MMS, email, all sorts of things. There's even Microsoft Exchange support. Unfortunately, we've been having a lot of problems with data on this device. Data, even when it says it has 3G connectivity, which you can see up there in the corner, it's really been trickling in, and I've yet to get the Exchange server set up to sync properly. I have been able to pick up some Google Mail, though, as you can see here. And it's nice it has combined Gmail box here for contacts and IM sessions as well, which is pretty neat. And of course your text messaging, and you can have Helio Mail set up, and you can set up AOL, Yahoo, that kind of stuff. And you can even add regular IMAP and POP accounts, which is really, really sweet. It's a really good messaging client. So in spite of the fact that it's not a smartphone, it's quite powerful in terms of what it can handle. You can see the UI, the screen rotates and stuff depending on what we're doing, and the screen orientation. The main menu is a little odd. You can just use a D-pad, and but you can get around it. It's just a little bit weird. It really is just a 3x3 row, 3x3 grid of icons like you would see on any other device. Helio just makes the navigation a bit weird by trying to turn it into a circle of some sort. So you can see I can keep turning left, and it'll keep going around and around and around in a circle. But once you stop, see now I'm going to go left and it's going to go back. So it's kind of strange. It's easy to get used to, though, and you can always just hit the keypad instead, which is a lot easier, I think, for a lot of people. Cool functionality on the device. typical Helio stuff. Lots of things going on. Active screensavers, news feeds coming across the home page. All sorts of good stuff. So that's the quick look at the Helio Ocean 2 for Virgin Mobile. I'm Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com.